So we are here virtually with Nellie Rose. How's life in 2021?
Do you want the truth?
Well,
Do you want
yeah,
the
give us the truth.
truth?
Yeah, how's life?
Well, life has been good in Houston. Ever since I moved away from Austin, life has gotten better. I'm just saying.
Oh
um,
man,
yeah, it's just the environment and the just for how big Houston is. It's just there's so much to do. But anyway, life has been great. Business has been great. I quit my 9 to 5 3 years ago and started my own business. And yeah, it's been a blessing. It's
sounds good.
been
Well, we're definitely going to get into that a little later on in
yeah.
this. We're going to go ahead and start from the beginning though. So where are you originally from?
Yeah, so I was born in the Philippines, came to the States when I was 5, and then moved back to the Philippines when I was 15, went to college out there, and then I came back to the US in 2017. So just, back and forth, but I'm Filipino.
Okay. How do you like like the difference between like both of those? Like and how is it? I guess going back and forth because most people like if they do it, either go from one to the other, but you kind of went back and forth a few times, so
Yeah,
that seems
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So I grew up in Maryland, spent majority of my life in Maryland um, as a young kid, and my mother, she. So Nellie is my aunt. Rose is my biological mother. I didn't know Rose was my aunt until we flew back home. She said basically, "Hey, you're adopted, and this is your mom, and these are your siblings." I was like, "What? I have siblings?" The mother part didn't freak me out, but it was just the sibling part. I'm the eldest of 8 children, so flying back home, didn't know anything about my culture, didn't know how to speak the language, didn't know jack about my where I came from. Was a culture shock. It was one of those where you find out something like, crazy, and you just sit there in shock. I couldn't say anything. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even find the right words to ask the right questions to ask my mom. But anyway, um, yeah, it was very difficult. Culture shock. It's a third world country. You see and experience a lot of different things. My family lives in poverty out there. I went to a Catholic private school, so I had to wear uniforms. And I had to watch what I say and what I do and what I wear. It was it was crazy, man. But the experience living in that world humbled me, because again, my family's poor, so they lived in shacks and like capital homes. You got to pump your own water, you got to get firewood to cook your own food. So it was just a lot to
Man,
experience.
that's definitely really interesting. And I didn't know. So you said you were adopted, or in a
Yes,
sense, or
yeah. Nellie and
okay,
Rose are sisters,
okay, all
so
right,
that explains my name, Nellie Rose.
yeah. I see. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Did you play any sports growing up, or like what
don't
kind of
laugh
kid
at
were you?
me. Yes, I did. Don't laugh. But I was a point guard in college. I played basketball.
Okay, you play point guard. No, I'm not gonna laugh. That's awesome. That's cool. So you were running the show. Were
Yes,
you a shooter or were you a
yeah,
passer? What kind were
definitely
you?
shooter, definitely shooter. I remember
Okay.
my first year. I was a nursing student, and we competed against the engineering department. I was such a tomboy in college, um, and 10 seconds on the clock. I remember, shooting that three. That's all we needed. We just needed those 3 points, and we won. And yeah,
Like
I was
Walter,
pretty.
getting the guy the
If you don't
bucket.
believe me,
That
if
feels
you don't
good.
believe me, you got to bring me out to the court.
No, I believe you. Trust me. There's all kind of hoopers. There's people that I've went against that are like, oh, this person doesn't look like. Not saying you don't look like a hooper, but there's people that I've been like, this person don't look like a hooper. And then I know they're like, okay, this dude's
Yeah.
nice. I don't know where this came from.
And
um,
you know what? I picked up the love of playing pool. So I don't know if you knew, but like I joined a league in Austin. I was an APA, American Pool Association member for several years, and we
I think I do
competed against.
remember that.
Yeah, and
You used to
then
have something
I
like that
joined.
photo shoots even for that too that you would do. I think, didn't you? I could
Yeah,
be wrong.
Yeah, 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 I did. So it's the same damn thing. Like people see me and they don't think that I could play, and they don't think I could play pool. So it's just like, you never judge a book by its cover because you never know who they are and what they can do. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly. You're not
take
lying
note.
at all. So, so what high school did you go to?
I went to high school in the Philippines.
Or would you graduate from, I guess? That's,
Yeah, in the Philippines.
I don't know.
And then I went to college out there as well. I took up mass communications and radio, film, and television, and then I switched over to nursing. But
Good. All right, so let's get into. Okay, and you say you went to college. What college you say you went to?
I went to Columban College in Olongapo City.
Okay, cool. All right. So after college, is that kind of what got you that like what inspired you to get into modeling? Did you like pick that up
Oh,
like during all of that, or is this kind of like a after that you kind of did a new chapter?
oh man. Okay. So in Austin, I moved to Austin in 2010, and I just gotten out of a really bad relationship, and I had to move to Texas just to get away. And the girlfriend that I was staying with at the time, she was a model, and she was going out to a networking event that night. And she says, "Hey, Nellie, just go with me." And I guess the photographers there saw me and wanted me to participate. And it just all generated from her just pushing me and getting out there, joining agencies and such. And yeah, it was one of those things where I was put in that environment and tried it out and and went with it. So just
Cool.
yeah.
So what's your favorite aspect of modeling? And I see like now you do more of fitness modeling, it seems like. So like I guess what's your favorite aspect and I guess what made you transition? Because it seemed like you were more fashion modeling at first and you kind of went to that. And I guess which
Well,
one do you like better? Or do you do both still? I
yeah,
think you probably do
yeah,
both.
both still. I love both, and I believe if you're great at both things, then stick with it. Why, just stick with one
Box
thing.
yourself in. Yeah, don't box yourself
Yeah.
in exactly.
Yeah, because what you do is a reflection of your personality and your passions. So like I want people to remember me as not only as a fitness model, but fashion and an entrepreneur and stylist, makeup artist, and yeah.
Cool. Do you have a favorite model off the top of your head that you just that you maybe gravitate towards, or you just probably that might not be your idol, but just like, hey, I like this person. I like how this person moves.
Oh yes, she is pure Filipino. Let me go to her IG real quick. I don't remember her name on. She's black and Filipino, and she's a choreographer. I think it's Janelle. Um, but yes, she is a choreographer, and she's just amazing. I'm envious of her race. She's mixed, so I've always wanted to have mixed kids, um, and I do now. But I'm like, if I can't be mixed, then I want my kids to be mixed, if that makes sense. But yeah,
Yeah,
Janelle,
exactly.
she's a positive influencer. She has a great look. She moves very well as far as posing, and her style is very very sexy. But she carries herself very well.
Cool, cool. All right, we got it. Everything. Let's see. Okay, so let's go on to like the acting portion. How long have you been acting?
Yes, so in 2013, I played a supporting role for Trans Smashers production, and I played a gold digger and a homewrecker in that comedy. So the comedy is about the the bullshit that comes with social media, meaning, there are, I mean, as you know, there's a lot of people that'll slide in your DMs and try to mess up your home and stuff like that. And, that's me. That was me. So that we wrapped that film in 2013, 14. And then my husband in the film, or my boyfriend, was DJ Helliella. Um, he was my boyfriend in that film. I was trying to get him jealous so he can marry me. That didn't work out.
So like that was your like used to be your or is that what you that was your boyfriend on the
on,
film?
yeah, on the film, on the
Oh,
film.
okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I have to clear that up. He's happily, in a relationship and has a baby now. No, 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 no. In the film, and then I played a lead role in a horror film. In the film, it's called Evil for Dinner, written and produced by Travis Youngquist, and we just wrapped that film in May. And basically, what we do, we seduce, abduct, and remurder horrible men. Sorry, but that's just what we
That's
did.
that's too funny. Cool. So like, did you do any like acting classes like before you got into that, or did you just kind of like naturally just kind of go with like doing some acting gigs?
Yeah, I haven't taken any classes. I just put myself out there and just attended a lot of networking events and reached out to a lot of people that were in the industry and practiced monologues and stuff like that. At that time, I wasn't financially able to attend those acting classes because they are pretty heavy on the pocket. But
Yeah,
I
they are.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I just picked up the experience, and behind closed doors at home, I would just practice and watch movies. That may sound crazy, but you just kind of you watch certain people that you love, and you put yourself in their shoes, and you're like, dang, okay, I can do that, I can be that, and you just kind of in your head um, act out.
Kind of like pick up some of their nuances
Yeah,
almost, like kind of look at the different things that they do and just kind of
yeah,
pick up on it. And things not to do on things that you even kind of see. You're like if even like terrible acting is good to look at too, because then you can
yeah,
look at this like okay, that is not what to do. Don't look at the camera. Don't do this. You got to stand a certain way. It's
right,
like certain things you got to look at.
right,
So
absolutely.
definitely. So what was your favorite role out of like the two? Like, did you like the comedy or did you like
The
the
horror.
you like the horror one? Yeah,
Yes,
I would figure that. Yeah, because you
yes.
can kind of
I love roles. I love bad girl, action, suspense type roles because I tell people all the time in the real world, I can't get away with murder. You know what I'm saying? So if I can
yeah,
act it
yeah,
out and
exactly.
like,
Because you can be funny in
yeah,
the real world, but then like, well, if you murder someone in the real world, then we know that's going to get you. So it's like, well, at least you can
exactly.
do it on here. It's kind of like with video games for people. They do that. They do stuff that's that they're not doing Call of Duty or whatever. So yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
growing up in a very strict family Catholic home, I couldn't talk back. I couldn't even breathe the wrong way. If man, my mother was quick with her hands. So, you know, so
man,
I found myself like just angry as fuck in my head. Sorry for my language, but there was just
no, you're good. Let loose.
rage going on, and growing after I became adult, I'm like, you, I turned that anger in I turned that anger into I poured it into acting. Does that make sense? It
Yeah,
helped me actually. It helped me um, dig dig deep in uh, because some actors are like, okay, I need you to cry. I need you to cry right now. Can I do that? Yes, because I can dig deep into my past and do that. And same with acting. I growing up, like I said, just I couldn't express how angry I was at my mother or at anyone. But now I don't care. If I'm mad, you're gonna know.
exactly
I'll
right.
be violent towards you, but I won't hold back. I was trained to hold back when I was little, but now, no. If I, yeah, and again, on set when you're on set, playing those type of roles. If you're required to punch, then yeah, it's or punch,
You
cry,
can't
scream.
force when you kind of go back to those times, like you said, even like with like the worst thing you can be in, like you said, is a terrible relationship, and one that you get out of,
Yeah.
you harken back to those bad relationships. You're like, those are the worst. So you're just like, man, okay, yeah, I can feel that just like that if I go really thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, don't make me play the anger girlfriend because I
Oh
may
no,
really.
watch out! Don't leave no knives around, right? No knives laying around. So you moved to Houston from Austin. How was it out there? And like, how long ago did you move from Austin to Houston? I think I said that right the first time.
Yeah,
If I
3 years ago. My daughter was born 3 years ago, my youngest, um, and we just needed to help with the kids. And I have no family in Texas, and we moved out here because my husband's family is out here. So dad isn't too far. His mom doesn't live too far. So, oh, here she is.
there's one right there.
You want to say hi? Say hi.
Hey, educated minds. What's up? I see educated minds.
Oh, you saw him?
One half educated minds. How's it
Yeah.
going, man?
No, I kicked him out. Okay,
Too
go to daddy. Yeah. So,
cute. Well, that's
thank
good though.
you.
That's good. Like that y'all, it's family and you got a support system, especially like you said, even coming out to places where you don't have any type of immediate family. Sometimes it can get kind of hectic, especially when there's like kids involved too, and especially like since the pandemic,
Yeah, man.
it's changed everything so quickly. So
It does.
um,
It does. We're fortunate to, have them in our corner. But my friends out here have become my family. I haven't felt so loved ever by a community of actors, models, and photographers. Man, because as you know, like I move into a different state, you have to build your network from the ground up, and it's hard to
oh
do.
yeah,
I started fresh, 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 fresh. So when you talk about hustle and networking, it's real, man. Like every day out there networking, finding a next event, handing out business cards, exchanging information, doing follow up phone calls. It's just nonstop. I told myself if I'm going to start a business, I got to work 7 days a week, all day, every
for
day.
sure. Yeah, no, yeah, and then like at any hour, it doesn't matter. Like there's no really set. It's not no set hours. It's
No,
like
no sit
there's
hours.
hours everywhere. Exactly. But and speaking of that, I see you have a photography and event studio. So like
Yes.
talk to us about that and like what all the stuff you do there. Of course, like I mean it speaks for itself, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. So,
how was it the normal day, how was a day for Nellie Rose at the
yeah. So the studio was born during COVID. During COVID, man, I remember sitting at home just so upset. Nobody, just with what was going on. I had no creative space. You need a diaper change? I can't right now. And I needed a place to escape.
That is hilarious. She says you ready to be a star. It's like, no, this is my interview now. I'm crashing.
Mommy's talking. Can you go? Here.
We'll
Okay.
be wrapping up shortly. We only have a few more questions, so
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So in the Bel Air studio, that's the location of it, Bel Air. It's 1,800 square feet, and I build different photography sets. In my studio, I have over 12 different sets. So videographers, photographers, just regular people can go and book it, and I'm always working on. Be quiet. I'm always working on different sets. So you can always find something new there at the studio. I love DIY projects. I'm that girl that will go pick up some pallets and make it into a backdrop. You know what I'm saying? I will buy magazines and fabric and make it into a dress or something. You know, just check out the website and you'll see the different types of props that I've made that people can use. And what I've realized is that a lot of photographers do not, they're not creative. You know, a lot of them just find a different backdrop, a wall, and just shoot with that. They don't think about, even models, they don't think about, oh my God, you know what, I should actually put in some effort to make something. You know, it's just, so I'm
Just
trying to
before
provide,
building and shoot.
yeah, I'm trying to provide that convenience for everyone. You know, I want to be known as the model, actor, entrepreneur that provides that, because it's like your one-stop shop type thing. You know, so, and it's fun. It never feels like work. You know, and it helps that I love thrifting and I love projects. So I don't mind getting burnt by a hot glue gun or staples or, you know, sweating in the studio. Like I love getting my hands dirty, and I love the journey. You know, people um, don't really like the in between of projects. You know, I like it all. I think it's fun. Like because I look back and I look at a project that I've completed and I'm like, dang, I spent 3 months on that.
Not yeah, it gives you like some what do you call it, gravitation or give you satisfaction. That's the better word for it.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
awesome. Well, that's awesome to hear. That sounds dope too. I mean, there's always, especially like in Texas and whatnot, especially in the other like other areas. There's always spaces that for that is needed. You know, especially
Yeah,
not the Californias and maybe New Yorks and not just land is really they're not Georgia in the whole, but so
yeah.
that's cool.
You should let me make you a backdrop for your.
Well, this is the production studio. I mean, we actually have one that's getting worked on, but really for the most part. But yeah, I mean, you never know. We'll see what you got. Let me know. What your rates are and everything. We'll see what's going on. Um, so we saw the guest appearance from your husband. Is Educated Mind still doing music? What's the update on that?
Oh Lord, they recently came out of retirement like 2 weeks ago.
Real? 2 weeks ago came out of retirement? Like,
Yeah,
have they not been talking for a while and then they just started talking again, or have they
no,
been like in
well,
communication and then like let's just start this again?
no, because they were gonna just stop performing overall. They both became fathers. Derek has 2 kids now, and then we have 3 kids. So it just timing wasn't there, um, and they were just trying to move towards producing beats. And Derek is a full time teacher now here.
Mm.
Yeah, and guess
Okay,
what?
yeah,
He
yeah,
teaches
yeah.
music
Okay.
production. He teaches his kids. They created a course just for him
Oh, that's cool.
to teach.
So he gets yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
the school bought machines for all their students.
That's awesome.
Isn't that
Gives them
crazy?
something to create and actually, work on stuff that they can do
Yeah,
post school. That's
yeah.
awesome.
And then
Cool.
Hubert, he's doing digital design for politicians out here. Um, I don't know if you knew, but his mother used to be, well, she ran for U.S. Congress, District 14 out here. Um, so
Okay.
he's doing flyers and business cards and websites and all that stuff for them.
Cool. So have they got like a single coming out? Like, are they working on one, of course, or do they already have one done, or is it just kind of like, yo, we're slowly just
Yeah,
doing some stuff right now? Okay,
yeah.
got it. Yeah,
They
you
have
got to
some,
kind of keep the juices flowing again.
yeah, yeah. There's this one song they used to perform called Skinny Boy, and
Uh-huh.
they can't perform that anymore.
Ah.
They need to come out with one that's called Dad Bod. Oh,
That is hilarious, man. That's so funny. Yeah, it's like, yeah, if it's been so long, you're like, oh, you get back into it after a long break. It's like,
yeah,
oh, hold on, let's see what we were talking about. Can we? Hold on,
yeah,
no, that's hilarious though. There's a lane for that though, but they put that would be hilarious though. Like, and what I'm saying, that's funny.
yeah.
How is it?
But I know
Fair?
Casino and Supa and all of them are still performing. Casanova, they're still performing. Chef, everybody. We communicate with them often, and yeah, we
I just did an interview with a casino. few weeks back, and yeah,
I was
he's.
in his music video. Did you see that?
I think I did. I just got. I'll be seeing so many music videos lately. Stuff
Okay,
runs together, but
watch it again.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah, watch it again. They got
I need to go.
planes and
I
everything.
need to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
How? So I saw the little one. How is it balancing being a mom and modeling, and I guess slash entrepreneur? Like how is that task? Because like there's two
Man.
jobs basically.
Well, it's more than that. More than two
Well,
jobs.
yeah, I mean, well,
Man.
that's the one job, then the
Whew.
other
Right.
encompassed is the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like at the same time.
Early mornings and late nights, man, it's a lot of sacrifice. If you want something really bad, you're going to make time for it.
Well, Nellie Rose, it was great having you by.
Thank
Well,
you.
virtually by. I'll let you end this off. If you have any plugs you want to give, any shout outs, and I'll let you end this interview.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for having me. And I will make sure to let my followers and my supporters know how to find you guys as well. And for anyone that knows, I used to live in Austin, Texas, 8 years. So it is still my home. I am located in Houston, Texas. But if you do need a creative director, a content creator, a model actor, or simply just someone to talk to, please feel free to give me a call or email me, and hopefully we'll attach my Instagram and website information here. But one piece of advice for anyone that has a passion for something, whether it may be cooking, acting, doing, media stuff like this, and just go for it. If you wake up every day not wanting to clock into your 9 to 5, that's God speaking to you. You need to follow what makes you happy. You need to do that. I did that 3 years ago, and I am living my best life.